First, the hatred. So much hatred towards women. Listen, and what's crazy, these same guys, they complain that the women are like that, that they're hoes, they belong to the street, stuff like that. But then they actually date these women. What's wrong with you? Listen, it's very simple. It's like you own a car, but then you complain about it over and over again. Or like you there's a car which you don't like, right? And you complain about it, but you actually buy that. Like, what's wrong with you? You don't do that, right? So that's like you don't do that. Like, why would you do that? Listen, this huge hatred, right? Like, when you hate something so much, it has power over you, right? And you don't need to hate, like, first of all, a lot of people who watch these type of content, this type of content, they believe that these are the only type of women which exist, and which is not the case, obviously. And they may believe that because why would they believe that? Different reasons. I think the main would be that you just watch this type of content, and this is just what you see around you, and a lot of time you're projecting, and obviously there are women like that. And I feel bad for these guys because a lot of them, I'm not saying that this will happen to them, but like they won't be able to actually have like a proper woman, right? What do I mean by proper? A woman who is feminine, who is who isn't trying to be a man. You get the point. Who knows her how to play her role? She's a smart woman. These kind of women, a lot of these guys won't have, like, I'm not saying they won't ever be with a woman like that, but like most likely probably you're not going to be with these kind of women because like you're only focused on these type of women. And what's crazy, like I said, a lot of these guys complain about these women, but then they date them. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's like you go into a restaurant, you have the menu. There's, just for example, let's say there's burger, and then let's say there's steak, right? Steak, however you say that. Now, you like steak. Steak, how do you say that? I don't know. Steak, right? That's how you say it. And then you don't like burger. Do you buy the burger? You don't. So what's wrong with you? Like you complain about the burger, oh, it's not good, this and that. So you don't buy it, right? That's what you do. But then in these scenarios, what are you doing, right? I mean, like when you complain about something, you don't actually like. It's like I gave this example when you have a car. Like when you're gonna buy a car, you're not gonna buy the car which you're gonna complain about, right? So understandable. Okay. These are the type of women, like they are these type of women which exist. Understandable. Accept that. Don't complain about it. And then don't date them. Like, why would you date them? And stop complaining, because like when you're complaining, you have this hatred inside of you, and it's just not good to have hatred. I don't like having hatred towards anything, because it takes a lot of energy out of you, right? It takes like you don't want that. Don't do that to yourself. Have some mercy on yourself. What are you doing? So yeah, these are the kind of problems with these kind of people who follow this advice of related to it. And obviously there are certain things which you can learn from this, but it's just that it's only showing one side of the picture. And because a lot of people who are watching this content are young, and they have absolutely no ability to question. So whenever they watch things like this, they're like, okay, this is just how it is. But that's not the case. And you can't really blame them, because they see a lot of that as well. But then, like, and another crazy thing is that Understandable, like I said. You don't like these type of women. Okay. So you don't want to be with them. Probably. I mean, I'm talking about some other guys who don't like these women, and those type of I mean, you guys, and you don't want to be with these kind of women. Understandable. But why complain about them? Let them do their thing. Let them be hoes, whatever. That's none of your business. You're not going to be with these type of women, so why complain about it? Right? You don't do that. Like, it's a complete garbage of time. You're complaining about something like you're never going to be with these type of women because you don't want to be with these type of women, right? So why complain about it? Why? And this is the thing, the hatred thing and the complaining thing. I mean, I understand there are women like that, understandable. But then these two things, you complain about them, but then you date them as well. And the second thing, you're not going to be with them, right? The two groups here, some of them will date them, some of them won't. And the ones who won't still complain. You don't need to complain about it, right? Let them be. You're not going to be with these type of women. Let them do whatever they want. You be with the type of woman the kind of woman who you would like to be with, right? And there are a lot better women than these kind of women, right? And I'm going to be honest, a lot of you guys may not even believe that because this is just what you see. And a lot of these days, and not a lot of these days, but these days, what you believe about things is kind of is related to a lot of internet, what you see on the net. And you may not even see that in real life, but if you see that on the internet, you're going to start to believe that. So that's also another thing. So if you're someone who has been watching this type of content for a long time, I didn't watch this for a long time, like for a very a short period of time, and I didn't like the hatred that these guys have towards women. Because, I mean, it's understandable. Listen, female nature and all of that blah blah stuff. I understand, my friend. I understand. But then, stop complaining about it. Why complain? Listen. Some women are like that. Understandable. So what do? You don't complain about them. Why? Because you're not going to be with them. And if you complain about them, why are you going to be with them? You don't do that. What's wrong with you? Right? And this is another thing. Like, people going out to pubs and clubs and trying to find a good woman. Like, do you get? I don't know. I hope some people can understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys who watch this type of content are going to be able to understand what I'm saying. But here's what you can do if you've been watching this type of content all your life. First, stop. Because here's the thing. This is another interesting thing. You have these podcasts, right, where they try to make fun of women and, show that, they're so dumb. And you may watch and you may enjoy that. And that is hatred as well. Oh, these women, they're so dumb, right? They are so, like, you understand what kind of videos, what kind of podcasts I'm talking about. And then again, I'm a man who likes to accept things the way they are. I don't like to complain, right? It's funny, sometimes I rarely complain. Sometimes I do see myself complaining about things, and I'm like, shut up. You don't listen. Here's a very simple thing. When you're complaining about something, you're basically saying you have no control over it, and obviously you don't have control over everything. But then this is none of your business. You don't need to care about these kind of women. You're not gonna be with these kind of women. So stop complaining. These what do you call that? These podcasts, right? They would show you, oh, these women are so dumb. Some of them may be like that, Men are the same way. A lot of men are like that. So, understandable. Some women are like that. And this is another interesting thing. These podcasts are only going to try to show women just like these kind of women who you call hoes, right? They're only going to show these kind of women. And you're going to think, oh, these are the only kind of women exist. Oh, these are the enemies. They're not your enemies. They're just women. Not the type of women you want. Understandable. But then you don't have to hate them for that. Let them be. Let them do their own thing. It's none of your business. And it's very simple. Here's how I see things, right? Life is a game. And when you're in a game, how would you play the game if you hate it? You won't play the game the best way. Like, you don't do that, right? Yeah. So you have to understand the game and stop hating it, and then you play the game. You don't fight it. Play it, right? How do you play the game? Very simple. You stop being too attached to things. You stop being too attached to these kind of content. First, don't even watch these kind of. What are you learning? You're not learning anything. All this is making fun of women, and you just having fun watching these kind of videos because you have this hatred towards women. And like I said, it's childish. Right? Grow up a little bit. What are you doing? So, yeah, not every women, a woman is like that, and understandable. A lot of you guys are gonna see women like that because that's just what you see online, and you may see that in real life as well. But these are not the only type of women who are out there, right? And especially, this is another thing. These kind of women are more in European countries, obviously. That's also another thing. But like I said, you don't like. Here's a simple thing: the type of women that you complain about, right? Oh, she's not loyal. These type of women, they belong to the street. They are not loyal, right? Okay, understandable. They are not loyal. They're gold diggers. Understandable. They're gold diggers. And what else do you call? They're hoes. Understandable. They're hoes. What else do you call these women? They are dumb. Understandable. They have no logic. Understandable. Understandable, right? And all of the things, I can't remember everything that these guys say. But everything that you guys say, right? Understandable. Okay. Let these women be. Let them be. It's not your job to change them. It's not. You're not their therapist. You're no one, right? So, play the game, do not fight it. And how do you do that? In this specific scenario, obviously you can do that with any area of your life. In this scenario, stop watching this content, because the more you watch this, the more you're gonna think about it, and the more because you feel this hatred towards women when you watch these podcasts, which show most of these dumb women, and you're just gonna be having fun watching these podcasts. You're gonna be like, oh, these women, they are so stupid. They are so dumb, right? You're gonna enjoy watching these kind of podcasts. So stop watching this. That's simple. Listen, dumb men, dumb women, both of them exist. All right. And you can talk about, who's more dumb, and who's less. That's a different thing. But you don't generalize. Grown-up people don't do that. So, yeah, that's that for this video. And it's really that simple. Like, I feel bad for these guys. Like, you have this so much hatred towards women. And this is the crazy thing. You're not gonna be with these kind of women. So why do you even watch these kind of videos? It's just a complete garbage of time. Do something better. Do you not have anything better to do? Come on. So yeah, that's that. Do something like just, have some mercy on yourself.